Okay. So I'll ask the man I'm talking to then, who's in charge of this city now? Or is there a group of people that
He's like, well,
are in charge?
nobody actually ever was in charge. We just did what needed to be done because it was necessary.
Just give him 50 gold and tell him to spread the wealth.
Well, I don't want to. I want to have at least like a lot of others see me do this.
Are you around others?
Huh?
Just okay. So you do that then. You go
Yeah,
out.
I'm fixing all the equipment. I'd imagine I'm in the center of town, essentially, like so to speak.
Well, a couple of the equipment house itself with broken stuff, mostly, was a little bit to the side of the village.
Yeah.
You can just move back into the village and then
So you could say,
I'll walk back with him.
Just
say,
bring all the stuff
I'm
you
gonna
fixed.
leave. You announce that you're gonna leave, and here's 50 gold for your village, and then you leave.
I want to ask him, like, ballpark. What if he doesn't?
What
like,
if they all left?
seriously,
Yeah.
like, immeasurable is not like. if 50
To
is,
him?
is a good amount,
to
yeah.
him.
He's saying it's immeasurable. I know. It's like it's like 50 gold should be more than with the fact that you fix so much stuff. 50 gold should be enough.
That's
I mean,
what
to
I'm
him,
thinking. So I want to. So what would he say? Like,
There's
like,
a lot less people too. They don't need as much money.
right? So, ballpark. How much would he say everything else that he needs is worth?
I guess he doesn't really know because he never had to buy it. Within his 50 years, they had their stuff. They probably traded for a couple of things, but not necessarily traded in gold. No, they traded like, alright, we need a bit of new rope. Here are a couple of fish you can sell off in the near village or near town. That sort of thing. It wasn't necessarily that they used gold or silver. It wasn't useful to them. They don't need it.
So they really don't know how much
It's
gonna
actually going to cost. They have no clue.
Just give
I
them
have
some
an
gold.
idea how much
What
it
you
would
have
cost.
done for now is you have basically given them a way to feed themselves already.
How
Yeah,
much-
I would leave it at that.
How much? How much right now? Like, how much do I think it would cost?
We've been saying 25
How
to 50
much?
gold.
Yeah, how much do you think it would cost? I mean,
I would
what
say the
do you
minimum.
think they would need?
I don't know. I'll ask him then. I'll ask him how much more will you need? If a price cannot be put on it, maybe I can give you what I think will be enough for you to.
He says, I haven't. The ships have stayed course. I haven't yet found. We haven't yet really looked at what we're missing, but I gather we're probably missing like very basic supplies, perhaps cooking pots or something like that. It's like
50 gold should be more than enough for this.
it is
I'm
mine.
thinking that, but maybe just roll a d100 and then divide it by 2. I don't know. Like,
Right,
seriously,
go ahead.
I want a number.
Roll it.
Okay.
This is
It's
what
just-
you think it'll be.
Okay.
47. You think
So
it's...
20, about 25.
Alright, you think about 25 gold will do it.
Okay.
That's what your character thinks.
Okay.
And then they get
Uh,
robbed again and lost all the money.
Well, 25 gold is not a lot for us.
A pirate's life for me.
It's literally 2.5 of our coins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 250 platinum in my, like, with me.
By the way, do you still owe me?
Well, yeah.
I
I don't think he does.
I don't think you do at this point. No.
I didn't think I did.
We were gonna
I don't
talk
think I did.
about getting you some good armor.
What about Tyraneus?
Oh, do you already
And
got
that's
your
what-
armor?
I already got it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
bought
that's
it
right.
myself with my own coin.
So you don't have disadvantage anymore, right?
Correct. That's what. But I still rolled a 9.
Still rolled terrible, but at least it wasn't with disadvantage.
Yeah, it could have been worse. Anyhow, yeah, okay. I'll say, and I'll make sure at least a couple people are around or something when I give it to him. I'll say, here's 25 gold, and well, I don't have 25 gold pieces though. I only have 20.
So
Then give him
give him
20
a
gold.
platinum and 15
Give him-
gold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
2
that's
plats.
what I'll do then. Now just I'll give him 1 plat. That way people don't think they're like stinking rich.
You have
So-
a platinum.
Yeah,
I mean,
you don't think you're stinking rich. You pull out
No,
15
that people
gold.
don't think that people that don't think like the villagers are all of a sudden
Oh.
stinky rich.
okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll take out one platinum
These guys
piece
mostly see
and
copper
15 gold
pieces.
pieces. I know, and I'll say, I'll give you this to help rebuild your town. Then
Or
if
whatever you
ever
decide to do.
or buy your slaves. I don't know.
No, that won't be enough.
I know.
That will be nowhere near
Probably
enough.
at least be like 10 to 20 gold a head, right?
No, it'd be like 10 to 20,000 gold total.
Per head? Well, yeah, per head.
Total for like, I don't know, 40, 50 people. It'd be kind of
Okay.
expensive.
I don't know the going rate for slaves. I've never
Especially
owned
if
one.
they're pretty in version.
Yeah. So okay, so I'll give him the platinum piece and
Or
the 15
well
gold,
able
and
to
I'll say,
work.
yeah, I'll
Yeah.
say like here's this for now. If I stop by again, I will check on how you are doing. Meantime, like blessings of Melisandre be on you. And then again, I make sure
He
I
moves
make
his
sure
hands
people are-
together, as all the other people do as well. And they kind of make a bow with their hands together to you. More in respect to the god you represent, and partly to you as well.
Okay.
And then you move off.
get back on the horse, and yeah, I think that's all the business I have. What I wanted to do.
You stumble your way back up the horse and then move away.
These guys,
want me to
we would have
roll a
fitted it with
check?
2 stirrups.
Even then, it's not pretty.
Acrobatics
I mean-
check.
Yeah, do an acrobatics check.
Yeah,
Roll
how well
one,
do you climb?
Let's roll a nat 20.
I want to see a 1.
14.
Ah,
Okay, that's
You,
decent.
you make your way up.
All right.
It isn't very graceful, but it wouldn't have been anyway.
My legs kind of wiggle a little bit, like
Yeah, it's effective.
just like
You
in the
get on top.
cartoons.
You get
Okay.
on top of the horse.
Okay, I guess we'll just, when he gets back, we'll just continue on. I'll mention about the centaurs
Do we need to?
with a gleam in my eye. Yeah, I'm gonna mention it.
Okay.
Right? Centaurs.
Okay. Do we continue going?
Yeah.
Does that count as an
fine with
encounter?
that.
Technically it does, yeah.
Alright.
We have been traveling for 5 days. This is the 6th day.
Okay, I will reset my
So
spells.
1 day for 6, and then you'll go for the next.
9 days, so.
Right? 2, minus 4, minus 5, 6, 7,
There we go.
minus
Oh,
8.
okay.
So that was how
What
many
are we
days?
on?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So
You're-
we're a day out. We're like here.
You're about more. It's a little lower, about here-ish, like on the crossroads somewhere. 1d 100 first, please.
69.
69! Oh!
That's, I think, not that interesting.
We gonna get. It'd be
Come to our whorehouse.
we encounter a wind elemental.
Is that bad?
No, you don't.
No, there's a joke there. But
Probably a terrible joke.
yeah, I mean it was a reach, but okay.
2d20.
2d20s.
Yeah, 2d20.
Okay.
Because, you know, statistics works a lot better if you have 2 dice. Because then there are actual statistics and not just a 1 in X chance. So you move across the forest. As at one point, you make a perception check, everybody. General perception check, just walking around the forest.
8. Okay, 25 into 20.
13. Not bad.
Hey, still be
For
Gumby.
me. Oh,
Somebody's
nice.
blocking my view again.
Everyone blocks your view.
Yeah.
And what does this thing do? Diane Drake. You can see a small creature on the right side of the road. It's huddled. It seems to be keeping its eyes on the road while still keeping in the forest itself. You can see that it's looking at you. All you can what you can see is
Okay, firstly, do we recognize it?
Make another perception to see if you recognize it.
Perception? Okay.
Yeah, because what you see right now are like two eyes gleaming from a bush. Ty, Drake, you can only see the two eyes gleaming from a bush. Ty, what you can see is a little bit of a longer snout. The creature itself is green, and it apart from the eyes, you can see that it's got very thick brows and more of a draconic look on it.
It's green and it looks draconic.
It's green and it looks draconic.
Well, I point that out to Drake, since I know he knows more about that than I would.
Now that he's pointed that out, do I see anything different?
Perception check again with advantage.
Oh boy. Good thing it was with advantage.
So yeah, you do see what I said before. What you can also see is the slight glint of a weapon. It's a very small weapon, so you take it's probably a dagger.
So this looks to be a dragonborn.
No, it's small. Not a
Wait.
dragonborn. It's a small creature.
Kobold.
That is possible, actually.
And just as you look at it a little better take a better look, you can see two pairs of eyes come next to it. And you can also see through the bushes, you can see little bits of green legs and green arms.
Okay, so my first question is, given that I'm a bit of a dragon nut, would I know about kobolds?
You would know a bit about kobolds.
Would I be able to recognize these as being kobolds?
Yeah, with what you have seen, like a little bit of the leg, a little bit of the arm, you would recognize that this creature is most likely a kobold. Or a very, very weird looking goblin. Which technically is possible, but, you know, probably not.
Okay. So, what do I know about kobolds' mentality? Are they aggressive? Evil?
You know, kobolds are evil.
Okay.
They usually follow the chromatic dragons that their body color indicates. So green kobolds would generally like to follow green dragons, but in the case of the death of their dragon lord, they would naturally listen to the next, the conqueror usually. At least if it's an evil creature. If it's not an evil creature, they'll just either attack it or hide away from it in fear.
Probably hide away in fear if it kills a green dragon.
Okay.
Depends on what it is. They are small creatures. They are not very powerful. They like to hunt in groups. And they even have the ability to speak.
So I'm thinking kobolds, and I'm not realizing how many. That was to look to see how many there are. So I have, besides the 3, I have no idea.
Mm-hmm. And even not only that, you kind of lose sight of the 3 as well.
Oh boy.
Because they kind of move back into the forest a bit.
Do they seem aggressive at all? I could try to play it off as I could try to do something interesting here.
Yeah, they are aggressive. Make an insight check.
Unsure.
No clue. Ty can also make an insight check since he first saw them. He has less big of chance than you have at finding out, but perhaps he rolls way better.
That's
He
way
does.
better.
Ty, these creatures that you just saw move back into the forest a bit, they seem to move as if they are stalking, if they are preying on something. Or not necessarily preying, but more following it. It's stalking, mostly. They don't want to be seen, they want to keep an eye on something.
But can I tell if that something is us?
No. I mean,
Okay.
right now, or right then, it was you that they were looking at.
No, fair enough. But if I can tell that they seem to be stalking or hunting something, I can't tell if it's us or something
No,
else.
you can't necessarily tell if it's you they are hunting for specifically, or if they're just generally stalking.
Okay, well,
Let's continue on our way
I
a
pass
little.
that info on.
I just say let's continue in Elvish. I say let's just continue on our way for a little bit, and if they keep following us, I have an idea about what we could do.
So you guys make perception checks as you move a bit forward.
Jeez, a 1 and then a 2. Kubos.
Perception?
Mm-hmm. You'll
Yep.
beat me, probably. You've got a 75% chance to beat me.
Well, I did.
Yep.
So, Drake, Dolos, you're looking around. You cannot see any signs of these kobolds, and both Gumby and Ty, you see them, but at the moment you kind of see them, they move away. They just you just manage to spot them continuously, but they also keep moving and darting away a bit. They are doing very well at hiding.
But they are definitely following us.
They seem to be following along with the cart.
Okay, I say out to the rest of them, but not yelling, but fairly loud, hoping that they'll hear. And I say it in Undercommon, don't worry about them, the rest of the army is on its way here.
Dude, I don't think they speak Undercommon.
No, I know, well, it's just
So we'll
it's
look
only,
at you
it's the only
like
language I can think.
we look at you like what?
What?
I wink.
So I clear my throat, and I change my eyes, and in Draconic, I give like a quick laugh, like a subtle laugh, and in Draconic I ask, "What is the purpose of these several little friends?" Any response?
There is a response, yes.
Roll initiative.
A dagger falls right in front of your horse.
They're in the trees.
Perhaps this one just came from a side and landed right in front of your horse. You can make an insight check if you think this means anything. Perception check.
Yeah,
try
I'll
and
do
find it. Whatever.
I'll do
An
both.
insight check to try to figure out
13
what they're
insight.
trying to do.
Insight.
It's 22 insight.
Perception. 12. Wow,
I'll do a
garbage.
perception check to see
I
where it
have
came from.
not rolled above a 10 in the last 4 rolls.
6. No idea where it came from. But with the
Well,
22, do I know like how fast it was, how aggressive it was?
This looks like a
Does it look like it was on target?
It was spot on. The intent of it was probably to make you stop.
22 perception. How many do we see?
You see, Ty, you see the creature that threw the dagger? He is in a tree a little bit in front of you, very well hidden between the leaves. And you look at him, and he stares right at you. And you can then see him duck away a little bit, and you hear some whistling all around the area.
Okay, and Elvish, I tell them where I saw the one, and that there are others in the trees as well.
Okay.
Did you say that they want us to stop?
Yeah, I'll let them know. It's like, well, that seemed like it was pretty on target. I don't think.
Might as well just go on alert.
Yeah, I'll just say, stop the horse.
So you stop the
Slowly.
horse, which
Slowly.
didn't need much convincing, since the horse didn't want to continue anyway, since suddenly there's a dagger in front of him.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around, just constant vigilance.
And at that moment, you hear from the forest it is still a kind of raspy, heavy sound, but it's like a child that is trying to sound manly,
Badass.
so to say. Not
Okay.
badass, but sound deep. It's just
A deep, squeaky voice.
somewhat, yeah.
Hey, guys.
And in Draconic, the voice tells, why does he pick our tongue? And it's not really, well, it's not very well spoken, but it's also like, it's well enough. It's understandable.
Okay.
Make perception checks, everyone.
Was this a whisper, or was this
No,
towards us?
This was spoken semi out loud.
In what language?
Draconic. You guys wouldn't know.
Why we
So-
roll perception, though?
Oh,
Just to see if we heard it?
Ty, you hear this language which you don't know, but you have heard it's being spoken before. You have had a couple of Draconic meetings.
So I recognize it as Draconic.
You do recognize it
that
as
and
Draconic.
I'm speaking it. I only know 2 other languages besides Common.
I quietly say to the other two, they're speaking Draconic.
More importantly, is you hear that where the first voice came from, originally, a little bit to the right of your of the road. You can also hear like 2 whispering voices, but you certainly have no clue what they're saying.
I rolled garbage perception.
So from the other side, you hear a voice, "Speak up."
Okay, and this seems to be directed at me.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So I give like a because the blood of a dragon runs through my veins.
Thinks he is powerful. And then you hear a little bit of rambling. I want purely you to make a perception check.
Okay.
It's asking it from the rest won't be that useful.
Yeah, you heard
I
it.
hear a noise.
23.
Oh!
You hear a little bit of rambling, and the base of it is it's more powerful than us. At that point, he said, "Shh, shh." He says,
What are these guys, 4 years old?
"What is
That
your
kobold,
purpose?"
that's about their...
That's about their intelligence, 4-year-old. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yes, what was my purpose? Okay. I say, traveling for pleasure. I'm not lying. I'd assume dragons do that.
You hear very whispering, couple of whispering sounds. You take it that you are basically surrounded right now,
Yep.
by a decent amount of these kobolds. You don't really know how many, but you have at least heard like 5 different voices by now. And are reasonably certain that there must be more.
So, Wrath, I have a question. Can I like breathe a little bit of fire without it using up my breath weapon? So like it's like
I'll give you like a puff of smoke.
Oh, come on.
Perhaps like a slight ember in it, but actually breathing fire would be something that would take breathing fire.
Okay. And I will say, I will ask, so I will have a puff of smoke come out, and I'll say, what is your purpose for trying to hold me here?
Purpose. Our thing.
Say that again, Wrath?
Our purpose is ours, not yours to meddle with.
Okay, do I see who just spoke?
You hear who spoke? Someone a little bit to the left of on the left of you.
Do I see him? Can I try to
You
see
don't?
him?
You don't? Yeah, you can try.
Darn it.
You look in a direction, and then a little bit more behind you. You say, "No, here, you imbecile." The creature continues, and he is actually standing now a little bit more behind you, from his initial spot. He says, "You have need to choose your side, and choose it well, and choose it fast."
Oh boy. I don't say that out loud.
Our
Please
masters,
betray us.
our masters give a fair chance, but only one. And then he basically says to his tribe, "We continue our mission. Move out." And what you hear now is rumbling of the grass and the leaves. And it dies down.
So, let's see if I have. Did I not write down that dragon's name?
I don't know. And to be honest, that dragon is not very specific either.
We've only met one dragon as far as I'm aware.
No, you didn't. You most definitely met 3 dragons in total.
Okay, but
Yeah, the babies.
I mean, come on. When we say that dragon, what other dragon could we possibly mean? I didn't write down his name, and I'll say, I'll say, it seems our acquaintance is quite busy. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I don't think Gumby would know, because Gumby wasn't part of our group at that point in time.
No, you wouldn't. And I am uncertain if you ever really brought them up.
I don't think so.
Do you guys have a response to that?
I say probably not. Hopefully not.
Well, any way you slice it, it seems like we're gonna have to fight a dragon at some point.
But are they green?
Are
These kobolds.
The kobolds are green.
He never saw them.
Oh, you never saw them?
No. What do you think with my perception?
Yeah, I say. So I say, you never saw them? How do you see your way when you stealth? My gosh, yes, they were definitely green. Anyway, I guess we'll just shrug and say, what can we do? And continue on our way to Abdera. Do we get any XP for RPing that?
Bet, but not as much as you may wish.
Like 50?
Yeah, like 50. That reminds me, Gumby.
Yep.
I'd like to reward you 100 XP for your role playing. I also like to give Ty 50 experience for staying in his character.
Thanks.
Okay.
You could, I mean, like, you could also give inspiration.
Yeah, that's also one. I think that's better for you all. If you rather have inspiration, you can take inspiration or the XP. I'd take inspiration, but...
Can I take 50 XP and inspiration?
No.
One or the other.
I'll take the XP.
Really?
No, take the inspiration.
Take the inspiration.
It's only
50 XP is nothing.
yeah.
100 XP is a little more, but still
A
not
little
a lot.
more of nothing. 100
But
XP is
inspiration
something...
that can totally fail again too. At least the
You would only
XP
use
is
it to save yourself from a total fail, though. It's like,
Yeah, but if
I've screwed up majorly, I'm gonna use my inspiration, and I might live. This is like, would you want to have 50 XP, or the potential to save your life from a death throw that would have killed you? And like, not all of us would have inspiration, so you could give if something
That's true.
happens.
Well, that's why I asked, like, because he gave Kai 50 or 50 or inspiration. Fine, I'll take the inspiration.
Yeah, should just be inspiration. Do
Can
I
we
get
have more than
inspiration? No, you can't have more than one.
Only one at a time.
Okay, I already have one, so we'll take the XP.
You
Okay.
could give your inspiration to someone else.
Yeah, I
Okay,
don't have
who needs one?
inspiration.
I think
Okay.
you can only really use that during the rolling.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
okay.
But
you can
not
confer
like,
its
oh,
benefits
I
to somebody
already
else,
have
but you
one,
cannot actually.
so I give
Yeah.
it up now and get a new one. That won't work.
Right.
Okay.
So let's just take the XP.
I think we should stop it at this place when you enter Abdera.
Which we do.
So it's one more day.
One more day, and at the final day you enter Abdera.
So recall here.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it for now. A little bit more roleplay centric game because of your choices, which is absolutely fine.
I mean, I would have been fine fireballing all those kobolds. Like, but I wanted to RP a little bit that time. Because they're kobolds.
Yeah.
Plus, killing the kobolds of a certain creature
Yeah,
may
that
almost
too.
immediately say, "Hey, I'm against you."
Yeah.
So in that case, sometimes, not killing may actually help.
Interesting. They said they were on a mission. Well, I don't know this, but
No, I would have mentioned that.
okay.
I would have mentioned, like, they seem to be on a mission.
What kind of mission?
How would I know?
Yeah.
Okay,